Hi, it's Nick here. It's Friday afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Short inspired video today on a topic that came up in the collective Facebook group. And it's around identities and labels and what you're creating as an identity for yourself or how you're perceiving yourself and how it's potentially impacting your vibration. Not potentially, it's absolutely impacting your vibration. So everybody should watch this because I think this is going to apply to a lot of people. So the way the discussion went this morning was somebody posted a post about feeling like they were behind, that they weren't where they thought they should be in life, that they should be further along. And, I reminded them that, that's an inner critic thing, that your inner critic is judging you, judging where you're at. And it's a false perception that you're not exactly where you're supposed to be right here, right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't be experiencing it. So that's how the conversation kind of got started. And I reminded them that, it's not about chasing this, that, or the other thing, because when you're stepping into the new paradigm, it's about creating a reality that's so pleasurable, you don't care what you're achieving or where you're at because you're so busy enjoying life. And then that spun into, a few other topics, and then a video got posted. And the question that was asked in this video in the group was, he shared a bit of his story. And what he basically said was that, he was a business person, he had $1 million business. And at one point, that business went through some hardships and failed and got shut down. And now this person is busy trying to rebuild a new business, trying to get it back up to that $1 million mark. And when they told that story, what stuck out to me was that, as an entrepreneur, and again, this could apply to relationships, career, business, virtually anything. And what I asked myself when I read the story or heard him say his story was, what persona are you portraying yourself as at this point in the story? Are you portraying yourself as the successful business person who's created $1 million business? Even though you're not still in it right here, right now, you're still that person. You're still that successful entrepreneur at that level of success who's learned how to tune into that vibration of success because they experienced it. And that vibration never goes away. You're simply choosing to tune or to not to tune into it. So A, what persona are you choosing? Are you choosing to embody the persona of that successful person? Or are you choosing to embody the persona of the person who lost it all and now needs to build it back up, right? And that identity, that persona, that label that you're choosing for yourself is very important because it defines and dictates part of the vibration you're putting out and what you're going to experience, what reality is going to reflect back to you. So if you're choosing the persona of, I need to build it back up, I'm not where I want to be, physical reality will keep reflecting that back to you. If you're choosing the persona of, I'm cursed in relationships and I only attract people who abandon me. If you're identifying as that person, physical reality will keep reflecting it back to you, right? So take a moment today, tomorrow, after watching this video, and maybe do a bit of a writing exercise, maybe some journaling, and maybe step outside of yourself and see in what way, write down the ways that you perceive yourself. How does current version of Michelle feel about herself? How is John perceiving himself? What labels are Sarah giving herself? What identity is Chris giving himself as he observes himself right here, right now in physical reality? And do those labels, is that persona, does that identity match the identity of 2.0 you, the version of you who does have those things that you seek? And if it doesn't, then obviously there's some fine tuning and some tweaking to be done there. So that's what I call looking at labels, looking at identities. Hope this was serving for you. I'd love a comment on this video. If you do the exercise, let me know, maybe drop a comment of either a positive identity you might have for yourself, maybe a negative one, maybe one of each. Let me know when you reflect on how you perceive yourself, what might come up and what maybe in what way you could tweak that, right? And when you identify ways that you perceive yourself that are non-serving, then ask yourself, how would my inner being be perceiving me? Does my inner being perceive me as the person who needs to build it back up, who might be perceived as a failure? Or does my inner being perceive me as that really successful person who can accomplish anything? Right? And I know that's the version of you that's really in there, whether you see it or not. So again, drop a comment. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Let me know if this was useful for you. And ciao for now.